Hello everyone, welcome back to the class. Yesterday we were discussing the chapter 5 of the geography, temperature, pressures and wind. And yesterday our discussion was mainly focused on the temperature. We have also seen that how by the radiation of the heat energy of the sun, insolation as well as the terrestrial radiation process took place, and because of the rotation of the earth on its axis and its revolution around the sun, as well as its inclination or its tilt on its axis, all part of the earth didn't receive the same amount of the temperature during the year. Yesterday, I have also made the diagram of the earth in which we have seen the position of the different latitudes and how these latitudes divides the earth into the different heat zones. So now we are going to discuss measurement of the temperature. Yesterday I told, but some more things were there. So here, measurement of temperature. My dear student, temperature is measured by an instrument that is known as the thermometer. The figure of the thermometer is given in your book. In the thermometer, there is a strip of the glass, and in that glass, mercury is being put. As much it will be the rise on the level of the mercury, that much will be the temperature of any area, of any place, or even the body of any individual. The unit in which mostly temperature is measured, that is the degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. At some places, Kelvin. This is known as the degree Celsius. Fahrenheit. And this is the Kelvin. These are the few scales of the measurement. In your book, only two are given. Degree Celsius is given as well as the Fahrenheit is given, but Kelvin is also there. Okay. Now, the next topic is pressure and thickness. So this pressure and thickness means pressure of the air, or air pressure as well as the air thickness. My dear student, it is taught to you in the previous classes that as we move higher and higher, the thickness of the air started to decrease. This is the main cause that when we move to the mountain ranges or the areas which are located on the higher altitude, we feel difficulty in breathing. See here, as much we will be nearer of the earth, don't say earth, nearer of the surface of the earth, there will be too many molecules of air present, or we can say air will be too much thick, or we can say dense also. But as we will move high, the density of the air started to decrease. Lower area, air will be thicker. As we are moving higher, the thickness of the air started to decrease. And it occurs because of the altitude. So what is altitude? Height from the sea level. Height of any place from the sea level is regarded as the altitude. As much higher will be the altitude, higher altitude, less air. Lower altitude, dense air. This is the cause that when we go up onto the mountain ranges, air started to being lesser in the amount. Now, at the time when I was explaining you the atmosphere, in that chapter also we have seen that maximum amount of the atmosphere or maximum amount or approximately 80% component of the atmosphere are found in its very first layer, which is known as the stratosphere. So we have seen that. Now, as much higher will be the altitude, as much higher will be the altitude, that much less will be the air molecules. As much lower the altitude, that much dense air. Altitude means height of any place from the sea level. Why it is regarded or why sea level is there for finding the height of any place? Because we are knowing all the continents which are present on the earth that are not connected with each other, but all the oceans which are present onto the earth that are connected with each other. So when all the oceans are connected with each other, the level of the water present in all the oceans will be same. That's why it is regarded as the sea level. Now, this pressure of the air is measured by an instrument that is known as the barometer. Barometer is the instrument by which the pressure of the air is being measured. One more thing, two types of barometers are there. One is the aneroid barometer and another is the mercury barometer. But people mostly use this aneroid barometer because it is because it is easy to carry from one place to the another place. Mercury barometer is not used much because it is very much bulky and not easy to carry from one place to the another place. One more thing, the atmospheric pressure also decreases from place to the place. As much higher we will go, that much pressure will be exerted on us. That's why you have seen the people who travel to the space are mostly the astronauts. They wear a special type of suits. If that special type of suit will not be worn by them, you know what will happen? By the extreme pressure of the air, their body will burst into the smaller pieces. Okay? That's why special suits are designed to them. Besides that, those soldiers of our country who are recruited or who are appointed at the higher altitude areas, to them a special process is being taught that is known as the assimilation process. Assimilation is a process in which training is provided to the soldiers so that they can survive in such a condition when density of the air is less. This is the main cause that when people started to go on the higher places, sometime in the lack of the oxygen, blood started to come from the nose. It occurred because of the less density of the air on the higher altitude areas. Now, how these pressures help in the movement? Actually, this pressure or atmospheric pressure or change in the pressure help a lot for the movement of the wind. If there will be no change in the temperature or change in the atmospheric pressure, there will be no movement in the air, because movement of the air every time took place from high pressure to the low pressure. HP means high pressure. To the LP means low pressure. How in any area high pressure is created, how in any area low pressure is created. When temperature of any area will increase too much, then in that area a low pressure is created, because we are knowing it is the characteristic of the air that when air will be heated, it will be lighter in the weight and it will go high. That's why you have seen the balloon which are filled with the hydrogen or the helium gas. When hydrogen or helium gas is filled in the balloons, that balloons started to float in the air. They started to go high in the air. Same thing happened in case of this air. When temperature of any area will increase, in that area air particles will be heated up, and as air particles will be heated up, it will be lighter in the weight. When air particles will be lighter in the weight, it will go high. And when air particle will go high, that area will be vacant, and to fill that vacant place, air from the high pressure or air from the cold area will move. That's why this high pressure and low pressure or the fluctuation in the pressure makes the movement of the wind or the air possible. Same thing happened all around the globe also. See, a diagram is given in your book. As we are knowing, this area very hot and humid climate is there. Here temperate climate. Here also temperate. And here very cold. Here also very cold. Is it? So in this area where very hot climate is there or the torrid region, in that area air particles will be heated very fast. So they will move, and then air from the temperate or the very cold or the frigid region will tend towards. So it is given polar easterly, westerly. It is the east, it is the west, north, south. Easterly. Easterly means their movement will start from the east. Westerly, their movement will start from the west. So these are two: polar easterlies, polar westerlies. Polar easterlies, polar westerlies. Beside that, it is given westerlies and easterlies only. Those which originate from the west region, westerlies. Originate from the east region, easterlies. And see, it is given equator. In the equator, trade winds are there. Southeast trade wind and southwest, southeast. These winds, southeast, southwest. These winds, why these winds are known as the trade winds? Because it helps a lot in the trade activities. Trade wind, because it makes the movement of ships and boats easy. Ships and boats easy. That's why they are regarded as the trade wind. Because we are knowing still today, sea transport is regarded as the cheapest means of the transport. So many trade carried out by the sea or the water. That's why they are the trade winds. Now they are southeast trade or southwest trade wind that will define according to the movement from which they are flowing. Okay? So I hope that wind also I have told. Now types of the wind. What is wind? Moving air is called the wind. How winds make the movement? Movement of the wind take place because of the fluctuation in the temperature and the air pressure. Every time air moves from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. Now types of the wind. There are few types of the wind which I discussed here, but again and again I will tell you one by one. So types of wind. First one is the planetary wind. These are also known as the permanent wind. Why? Because they move in the specific direction permanently throughout the year. The best example of these winds are the polar wind. Example is the polar wind, polar, easterlies, as well as the westerlies. Okay, means permanent wind. Second one, periodic wind. These Periodic wind changes according to the season or change the movement of flow, don't say flow, according to season. Best example of for our country, monsoon wind. Which change their direction according to the season. Next one is given local wind. Local wind flow to a local area or to a special geographic area. Flow in a specific area. Next example, Lu in case of the India and hurricane, Chinook in the North America, and this Harmattan in the North Africa. These are some local winds. Why these are local winds? Because they blow in a specific area in the specific season. Now, direction of the wind. How can we find out the direction of the wind? To measure or to find out the direction of the wind, two instruments are being used. One is the wind sock, direction of wind. Direction of wind is measured by the wind sock as well as the wind vane. The photograph of these both is given in your book. Okay? So this is something related to the chapter. Other things will be discussed on Saturday.